How you guys doing? Let's just continue where we left off. Made it to Act 5 here.
Moo.
Thank you, Lion, for the prime. So we're level 26. And we'll just go more resist fire. And just keep charging through. If you are not level 25 by the time you get to Act 5, you need to adjust. You need to go back and level up a little bit. And the reason is you actually will not gain experience. I forgot I had charge for some reason. You will not gain experience in Act 5 if you are not yet level 25. There's just a level cap that's required for you to reach, essentially. Can we do Rainbow Zealot, Freeze for Nightmare, and Shock for Hell? We're going to go physical for this one. Chat voted physical. So we will be going into fanaticism. I mean, we could have started with like might and stuff, but you know. Over there. But we can do a rainbow elemental, you know, in the future. No worries. Wow.
Haragath is free of your kind, demon.
How about I turn the sound off over here?
Good afternoon.
Okay. So we are in our favorite spot where you can go players 8. Oh, it's perfect, Hermes. I don't think it hit players 8 on this one. But this is one of the best places to get some early leveling in. Let's make sure we repair. We still have complete garbage. Oh. Still have complete garbage for a weapon here. But remember, our weapon is... It's a little bit of a unique build. Right? In that the damage comes from the holy fire. Not from the actual weapon as much. Now, having a good weapon is still useful. Don't get me wrong. So I still would like to pick up something nicer to use and swing. But it's not end of the world if we don't have it. Like, that was pretty good. That's players 8. You can spend however long you want leveling right here. This is kind of a up to you spot. So if you want to level, you know, just like to 27, 28, you can. If you want to go to level like 33, you can, 35. Really just kind of varies and is up to you. Now again, like we've talked about before, on characters that need attack rating to hit, you can see my chance to hit isn't great. I don't have amazing attack rating, and I don't have super amazing like level compared to them.
So
the
rumor has it
more
that you
levels,
know
the
nothing
better.
about any sort of announcement about D2R at BlizzCon. I have total faith in you
Thank
that
you.
you would never lie to us about anything exciting, like a new act or anything like that. Thank you for continuing to build great trust in this community. Llama happy.
You're welcome. Seems like a great rumor. Are we aiming for honor? Oh yeah, so this is actually also a really good spot to talk about like next steps. So we can talk about that here in a second because we will want to start looking at some bases. So let's look at our next weapons. Assuming we don't find some really nice, unique or whatever, a lot of times you're going to be taking a look at weapons. So let's look at rune words, D2R, and let's sort by offensive, no, item group. Can I do like multiple items? No, I just want weapons, melee weapons. All weapons. All right, we'll start at melee weapons, then we'll go to all weapons because we don't want missile weapons. Perfect. And let's sort by... I want like... whatever. That's fine. Okay, so melee weapons. Eternity, Burr Rune. Don't look at the things with high runes right now. We don't really care about that. What are we looking for? We're looking for Honor, ML Ith Tier Soul. This goes into 5-socket melee weapons. So this is any melee weapon. And this is 160 ED, 9 min, 9 max, Deadly Strike, attack rating. You also get 1 all skills, lifesteal, strength. It's just a really nice rune word. Just like really a solid rune word. I would love this, but it does need an Am and a Soul rune and another L rune, and it also needs to be made in a 5-socket base. So we'll remember that, right? Let's like write it down. Honor, 5 open sockets. Malice, this is a much earlier weapon. We don't really need it here. Fury, no. Wind, no. Strength is nice. It also goes into any weapon. But it's only 35 ED. What really makes strength nice is it has crushing blow. So this could be something where for bosses, we bring it out. We just want it for bosses, ancients, things like that. And then we put it back away. It's not going to be much damage. Crushing blow is % of HP, which is nice. But when you're fighting like a bunch of tiny dudes dealing, 25% of their life, doesn't really do a ton when you could just hit them for more of that with just a bigger weapon. Hi, Winky. So just an idea right there. Mania would be pretty nice. I mean, it does have Fanaticism aura, but we're going to be running Fanaticism, so that's not as great. But there is Burst of Speed, 30 IES, 180 to 200 ED. So, like, that right there is still really good. Like, it's got some nice, fast run walk and attack speed from Burst of Speed. More attack speed. This will allow us to swing really quickly. So, Mania is an option. However, we could also make Hysteria with the Shale Coiled and an armor, which would probably be better because we don't need the Fanaticism aura. Too expensive. Venom is trash, even if we found a Malrune. CTA too expensive. Breath of Dying too expensive. Silence too expensive. Passion is an option if we found a Lemrune. It has 25 IES, 160 to 210 ED, and 50 to 80% bonus attack rating, on top of a couple other things. Now, it gives 1 to Zeal. This is the thing that generally is like, if you want to make a source into a Zealot or something, you can. But, yeah. It's like, okay, but the cost of a Lemrune, I'd probably want to make a Treachery instead. It doesn't quite do enough, especially because I already have Zeal. We can take a look at... We don't really care for any of those. Axes... Death too expensive. Crescent Moon is actually very nice. Shale tier. So if we find an rune from like the Nightmare Forge, this gives us a chance to cast Chain Lightning on striking and Static Field on striking. And level 13 Static Field is like a lot of the screen. It's like this big. So you'll get a lot of stuff. Plus 20 IS, 180 to 220 ED. Ignore target defense, which is really, really nice. Ignore target defense means the attack rating and defense part calculation of your chance to hit does not matter. So you scrap that and it purely becomes your level versus their level. So it increases. The other part is completely gone. It's good. You always hit over there. So it's really nice. Yeah. So this is like super helpful. I would love ignore target defense on whatever I get. Also, you get minus 35 to enemy light res, which is helpful for these procs. And then some like mana per kill and stuff. So Crescent Moon would be great, right? And so we can go like Crescent Moon for 3 open sockets. Doom we can't make. Last Wish no. Oath would be a pull and a mal. This would be really nice. I mean, 50 IAS with big ED, but that's going to be kind of a tough one to get. Pull and Malrune and Lumrune. Famine we can't really make. Steel I wanted to make early on. Unfortunately, we just never found the L rune. Kingslayer is Mal Golfowl. Still too expensive. Grief if we get a low rune. Best in slot. And Beast is Burr rune. So nothing too crazy there. If we look at swords, a lot of similarities. We have Voice of Reason here, which is kind of fun because you do get this chance of casting like Frozen Orb and Ice Blast. And then minus enemy cold reds. So the idea is like, you know, you're swinging. Can't be frozen from it. And it's just like a lot of like cold procs and things. It's a fun weapon. However, again, to get a Lem and a Ko is a little tough. And if I got a Lemon, I'd probably go Treachery first. Last Wish, no. Oath, no. Grief, no. Spirit Sword is not really for us. It just has like a little bit of elemental damage added, but all skills, FCR, things don't matter. Plague is champ. Kingslayer too much. Steal again. Lawbringers, okay for like a mercenary. It has chance for Decrepify, Sanctuary Aura, minus target defense, some elemental damage, but no like IAS and ED and stuff to really do too much. King's Grace, Amral Thol. This has 100 ED, some added fire, cold, some attack rating, and lifesteal. It's just like a worse version of Honor, but it's something you can use like as a temp. And Unbending Will, if we found a foul rune, could actually be very nice. However, it only goes into 6-socketed swords, so we would have to put it into like a dimensional blade or something, which doesn't have very good attack damage. But you do get a lot of like IAS and ED on it, max damage, attack rating, lifesteal. So maybe, right? That's like a maybe thought right there. Black could go in a Club Hammer Mace. This is 120 ED with 40% Crushing Blow and 15 IAS. Not a bad option. Also just better than Strength if you want to get the Crushing Blow. But it has enough ED that you can have something decent, right? If you get like a Knout that's 3 open sockets, a Black in that could be good. The rest of these kind of too expensive, so nothing else really there. Scepters, we do have like Holy Thunder, which is like okay, but not really for us. Rift, Kolem Gold, bit too much. You know, nothing else really right there. Clubs, just the black. Maces, Voice of Reason, Oath, Steel, kind of repeating. So that kind of covers a lot of the stuff. I'd say Honor, Strength, Mania, Crescent Moon, Black are the things that we're kind of looking at. And let's take a look at some of the bases. So we go to Ariat Summit. And we can just look at some like scepters, right? Or, you know, we'll look for exceptional. 2 sockets, 3 sockets, 5 sockets. So if we found a divine scepter, it's 103 strength. It would get 5 sockets. We could make an honor in that. It's got 27 average, a little bit high on the strength requirements though. Otherwise, like we could put a strength into, you know, Holy Water Sprinkler if we get 2 sockets there or something. Crescent Moon, obviously we're looking at like nice sword. So we can look at some exceptional swords. And Crescent Moon is 3 open sockets. So a war sword, but that's pretty low damage there. Wait, I wanted to look at exceptional swords. A lot of like 2 socket swords here, so none of these are going to be good. So a lot of this will be, can we just like find a base but these requirements are also a little high. So it can be a little bit tough. Crescent Moon, probably try and just get like a 3-socket dimensional blade. You just have to like roll into it or something. Or if you find a damaged one, then you can set the eye level down to 1. And this is where we're going deep in right now. You can always look at the sockets for an item. So we can look at a dimensional blade, 3 sockets, 4 sockets, and 6 sockets. So something I could do is find one that's a higher eye level, right? This says if it's eye level 1 to 25, 26 to 40, or 41 plus. We're not going to find a dimensional blade that's below level eye level 25. However, if we find a damaged one or a crude one or something like that, we could put it in the cube with a chip gem and an Eldrune. It'll fix it to turn it into a regular dimensional blade. That'll make it eye level 1, and then it'll get that 3 open sockets if we do a socket quest on it. So there are ways that you can kind of cheese 3 open sockets in a lot of items. It's very good to always look over here and see how many sockets it'll get at eye level 1. And then if you're finding, you know, like higher levels of this base. So for instance, this is eye level 1 to 25. It's something you find in like act 1, 2, 3, 4 of normal, basically. 26 to 40 you find in like act 5 of normal, a little bit of act 1 of nightmare, and the cow level. And then this is like the rest of act 1, and act 2 plus is all eye level 41 plus, essentially. So that's a general idea for it, but you can always like learn more about how to fully tell with any of that stuff. So that kind of gives us some ideas around Crescent Moon. And again, we can look up to get rid of that and go Crescent Moon is polearms, axes, and swords. So we could also take a look at axes. And we'll go to exceptional axes. And here we can see there's no good 3-socket axes right there. I'd have to cheese it. But we do have the beautiful Naga right here. And if I can get a Naga at 5 open sockets, which we can look at right here, if I can get one eye level 25 to 41, it'll get 5 sockets, and that would be a great base for an honor. That would be a great base for, you know, if I can get it 3 sockets because I can do the recipe on it, then I can force it. Nope, I cannot force it to 3 sockets. I can only force it to 4 sockets. So that's actually really good to know. You know, just some like ideas and see what you can get. But we'll keep our eyes out for Naga bases because they have really decent damage. For twin axes can be nice, and those are 5-socket max. So a twin axe could be something that I do want to make for like an honor. And we can also look for a twin axe here. And it is 4-5-5, so I also can't force this to 3 sockets if I want. Cleaver is 4-4-4, so that's always 4 sockets. You know, you just kind of look around and see like what does it get on the different spots. But I do like Nagas has a decent like high damage base for an honor. Pretty decent with decent attack speed. And I do like twin axes as well. They're not too shabby. And then, like I say, well, Cleaver can't be an honor base, but we'll keep a lookout. So we're just going to like be picking up bases and weapons as we're kind of moving through here. And lastly, I want to go to maces. As we have Nauts. Nauts can get 5 open sockets. They have pretty good attack speed. Decent damage. And I can also force a Naut to 3 sockets, but I can't make a Crescent Moon and a Naut. It's only polearms, axes, swords. So in this case, I'd just be looking for a white Naut to get 5 sockets, so I could force that for an honor. So yeah, kind of some options all over. I could force one to 3 sockets for a black though, which wouldn't be terrible. So we will keep this to the side because this is important information to have. And we will keep playing. So, was that a little confusing? Potentially.
Can I help you.
But this is a lot of the stuff, especially with, you know, melee characters you're trying to like figure out how much, you know, like how to get your rune words that you need and everything. This is how the pros do it. This is how we always know. This is how we're looking. So at this point, like I say, I'm in Act 5 killing Eldritch. Anything these guys drop are going to be in that middle row. They're going to be the... they're going to be in the middle row, that eye level 26 to 41 section. So I'm just going to keep a lookout. I'm just going to look out for different bases that are going to drop here and see if we can hit something really nice. Added cold damage is good. Always nice to have one charm with a little added cold damage just to make it a little bit. You do a tiny bit of cold damage on your hits. There's a Warhammer, right? We could always come over here, right, and take a look. Warhammer is a normal base, but it does have pretty good average damage on it. Thanks, Dave. But only 4 sockets, and it's kind of slow, so okay, you know. Something to see, though. It's a white base, and we can always just take a look. Yeah, I see Kerms. Tough spot. More Warhammer. And I'll go ahead and pick up on some money here. Is Cheese around?
How may I be of help?
I'll put that to good
I think
use.
that's a little bit better for our mercenary. Exactly, D-Luck. I know how to force sockets, but how do I force a woman to love me? Well, if you're ever thinking, how do I force a woman to love me, you're probably already started off on the wrong foot there. I mean, it's not bad, Anto, yeah.
I am overburdened.
Learn to love yourself and women will follow. Ooh. There you are, Cheese. All right, Cheese. What do you think? Do I make a pick or do you want the trade? Trades, collusion. There's no collusion. A simple trade. So I really like just leveling up a little bit here. Like I say, every time I level up, my chance to hit goes up a little. You like your odds staying put. Alrighty.
Good afternoon.
3 open socket, 11 life. I actually like more than 8 attack rating. We'll keep the 3 open socket. Wow, Kerms. I mean, the thing is, if you don't find some early boots sometimes, that's fine. I haven't found any boots that are worth anything. And forcing some boots to shop this early, a lot of times is just meh.
Hello.
So I usually wait until Nightmare before I'm actually doing anything with boots. What, Denali? Are you for real? Bro, that's so messed up. Yeah, but McBride as your TE one would be even more amazing. That's a good one, Fez. Can't believe you're not a real Cardinals fan. Hey, look at that. Rewarded. And that is what happens when you farm a little bit. Find ourselves some Treads of Sithon. 30 faster run walk with 10 to life. Nice and easy. Who is that about not having boots? What was that? Well, we have to go up to 30 strength, so we'll get this kill, go up to 30 strength, and we have our boots on. Now, this character does have charge, so fast run walk is like a little bit worse. Still good, though.
Hello.
Still nice for in town, and still nice for just all the times where we are moving around and dodging here and there. And I'm not going to spec out of Holy Fire just yet, because I don't have a weapon. So we'd be really not having a good time. So I'm going to wait until I get that Honor or Black or whatever it is that I have before I really spec out. But right now we are just enjoying a little bit of fun over here.
Can you guess who I am farming and for what? Your hint, I have 99 Talix Anguish and still no luck.
Some Helen Dariel. Shaco?
At your service.
Oh, Butcher's People would be so good. Oh, you're going for the Thunder Charm before 3.3 drops. Oh, wow. 3.3 drops tomorrow. That'll be interesting. Let's check out the Aaron Shield here. 9 all res. Not worth. We can also, of course, keep a lookout for a nice pally shield. Let's keep going here. Going more vitality. Because we could get a nice paladin shield and socket it and use that for a spirit or something later. Nice and easy. Is Zealot or Foe easier to play? I mean, Foe is. Most casters are generally going to be better. Easier. Now one of the other difficulties. Let me double check my loot filter as well. Just to see that I don't have... Yeah, we've just got... Swords. Yep. All looks good. Yeah, casters are just generally going to be better. Here you need to get Can't Be Frozen somehow. You got to figure it out. It's annoyance. Okay, we'll go down to players 1. Oh, nice. Our fire proc was enough there. Our fire proc saved the barbs. So keep going. Nightmare Act 3 is also a pretty good spot to get a weapon base. However, that may be a little bit slow for us. We may want to, you know, we probably want to get a good weapon base before we, like, leave Act 1. So we can actually make the conversion over to physical. But Lower Karas is always a decent spot. We did a Fist of Heavens playthrough not too long ago.
Moo.
Thanks for the
Should be up
hardcore
on
runs.
YouTube.
It almost gives me the confidence to run a hardcore solo character.
There you go. It's not too bad. You just gotta play a little bit smart. You know? Don't be too crazy. You just like slow down a tiny bit and put on a little extra gear, do a little extra farming. It's not too crazy what we're doing. Oh, wait. Yeah, we're good. I just don't have any mana, so we'll just have to take it a little easier. This is what you're going to start for next season. Nice. Okay, so let's find a waypoint somewhere out here. Or in Ancient's Passage would work too. This will work. Or the Ancient's Way.
Good afternoon.
And we're gonna go head over here so we can do Anya saving for 10 all res. Wish there was more gear to make it smoother. I mean, there is more gear. It's just a lot of times it is locked a little behind, like finding something a little nicer, you know? You have to kind of find some stuff and farm a little, which is just the truth for melee characters, right? Just how they are. You just gotta give them a little more love, do a little bit more farming. And maybe on this character we'll do some more farming. We could do some like farming dual deaths if we want. Could be fun. Could also just run the Rhyme Shield though. You like the splash damage modifier? I don't really love splash damage. I feel like melee characters are different. If they hit a little bit more often, honestly, they feel fine. It's generally just when they can't hit that they really have a problem. But when you add in the splash, I always feel like they feel too similar to just like a caster. Combat Shrine's actually really nice to take to the Ancients. These are also, if you farm a Combat Shrine that happens to be like near a waypoint, you can go back and get it for a boss. Okay. So, increase that chance to hit a lot and get some added damage. But either way, you should be alright to face down the Ancients in normal. They're not too bad. And we've got enough life and stuff that he can whirlwind through us. Once we get to Nightmare in Hell, we'll start being more concerned about them. But right here isn't too bad. So we'll just continue. Same old, same old. More resist fire. Barbed Club, but doesn't really do anything for us there.
Mr. Llamas gifted a tier 1 sub to Drain 3D.
We'll grab a waypoint just for safety. For a second I thought he was going to say farm dual dream. Not quite. Not quite. How did I do what? gift him a sub while actively playing. Welcome to being skilled at the game. We move fast, baby. Pre-recorded. Now, Deathlords do have some damage, so you'll want to be a little careful around those guys. As they can start stacking it up. We also do want to slightly be careful just with Bale Waves, because there is going to be Decrepify from Bale, which is really annoying. So Bale Waves are not as good of farm for us. Generally, Eldritch is still going to be where we would go farm some there if we wanted to do some extra farming. It's a lot of Death Lords. You'll note how I like move to fight them. Dragging away, keeping my mercenary alive. Definitely start to learn some of these like patterns. CR. Okay. We're just going to go for focus on Colenso and stand near him so he doesn't resurrect his guys. This will be fanaticism. Last wave will be tough. Yeah, last wave will be awful. Players won. We just don't hit a lot, and it's hard. Ooh, a war spear. Yeah, I'll give that to my mercenary. He can't use it yet. Hey, why can't he use that? For wave 2, we're going to drag them down some. We don't want the skellies getting revived. Now, we actually pop them pretty fast with our Holy Fire, so it's not too big of a deal. But dragging them away a little bit can be nice, so that way we're not frozen and decrepified. Man, I almost want to use this myself.
How may I be of help?
Has ignore target defense on it. Pretty good. Right? Like, it's also got a nice range on it. But ignore target defense just means we hit so much more often. I kind of like it. Okay, let's get Hassan back down here. Oh my god, he's just like completely stunned and stuck. It's kind of wild running this, but like I say, it ignores target defense, which is so helpful. Got our Frost Nova as well. Like, this is pretty good for wave 5. Okay. Yeah, has seen better days. Ignore target defense doesn't work against act bosses, so against Bale it's gonna be whatever, but right here? Heck yeah. Very nice against the waves. These are the sorts of fun things that you can do, though, playing this game. Okay, he definitely can use this, though. Why can't he use that? Required level 31? Oh. Oh, I need to go. So here's a great example. My mercenary is not level 25, so he is getting 0 experience here. Because it's Act 5, and Act 5, the mercenary doesn't get experience, or nobody gets experience if they're not 25. So he's 24.98. Just not enough, so we'll come back and we'll hire a new mercenary.
Put that to good use.
And we'll give him the Impaler. Yeah, everybody gets screwed by that. Okay, we'll go make sure we're players 1. And slap Mr. Bale. It's gonna be fun trying to hit Bale because he also has a nice block chance. Now, if Bale does clone up, it can be really annoying. One thing you can do is just run away. I like to go back and just get potions while I do that. Pick up some thawing potions as well. And then we go back and his clone dies. So sometimes he'll clone again. We can just like come hang out over here. Go back, and the clone is dead. We'll drink a thawing potion whenever he freezes us. I did. I don't like as much. But not too bad. Just gotta hit him a few times here. It was a typo.
Move.
And voila! Shamlar. Darn. No good weapons.
You shall no longer taint this mortal.
Normal is complete. How easy was that, chat? So now, I think I'm going to take this character a little further with some farming. Let's go back. First off, there's terror zones that do exist. If you want to go and do the terror zones, then you can go do the terror zones. But also we can go and save Cain and go to the cows. Cows can have some bases for us. Cows can have runes and gems and jewels and all sorts of goodies like that. And it can have plenty of just all sorts of things. Ah, no. Okay, we gotta reset. I accidentally had talked to Cain in this game. I did that on purpose to show you. If you've talked to Cain, then you can't do this quest. And,
This tree bristles with magic.
because he technically hasn't been saved yet and all that stuff. Go here. Any recommendation for Live Start Friday? I mean, if you go to Icy Veins, everything there is kind of my recommendation, right? I've got like a PVM tier guide. And so you can look at like group play, solo play. from the list. Go to Rakanishu. Jeez, drained.
Deckard Cain, leave quickly.
Thank you, Coach V-Ball and Shamlar, for those subs. Okay, do this. Go here. Oops, meant to do that. Rugged Ring of Dexterity, whatever. Okay, so let's go ahead and go players 3 here and see how that looks. Honestly, pretty good. Continue with resist fire. I'm actually curious if we can one-shot on players 1. And we do have a close Cow King spawn, which can be really good, like I was talking about before. One thing we can do is try and farm the Cow King for some nice gear. Go for like Death's Gloves, Death Sash combination. That'd be like the super ideal. To actually go players 1 here. Twitch Throw would be nice. Cow King's Hide wouldn't be bad. Snake Cord is unfortunately not that good for us here. So we can actually just run around if we want. And we have enough damage on our procs at this point, on players 1 at least, to just auto kill everything. Let's see if we can get some bases here potentially. Bloodletter would be sweet right now. Bloodletter would be sweet. Ah, Stead Leather. So something we can also do is we can look to increase our magic find, especially because we're just running around. So we could have some better chances at some of those other things. Right?
It's locked. It's locked.
Thanks, Binary.
Lord, found an SOJ before my sunder.
I can't carry.
I mean, not complaining. It's pretty good, mister, huh? We are just kind of looking around right now, seeing what we drop. Oh, we have this hawk mail, that's right.
Hello.
The hawk mail is very tempting for the Cannot Be Frozen. We also have 10 MF there. And if we wanted, I don't have very many topaz. I was going to say, if we had a lot of topaz, we could actually put a bunch of topaz in like that breastplate and just run around with that. We'll go with a little bit. Okay, go here. Oh, I never got the waypoint for the Stony. Dang, Steven. See what the Cow King's got for us. Now, one of the nice things is the Cow King, you can just farm on players 1. Cracktarge, only 6 all res, unfortunately. So this is actually one of the fun parts about this character. You can just run around and pulse. Eth Crown. That'll get 3 open sockets if we socket quest it. Keep it as an option for a bulwark for the mercenary. One a blessed hammer, one resist lightning, 2 to charge. Debatable. Probably guy keeps saying it's Cowboys year. Well, he was talking about this year. He was talking about the future.
It's locked. It's locked.
Yeah, I think we're doing hardcore this ladder reset. Wait, the crown has a socket? Oh my god, you're right.
It's locked.
That's funny. I'll take this guy through hell. Though today it'll probably just be like a farming day of it, you know, whatever. I think we're about ready to go to Nightmare. Doesn't seem like we're dropping too much out here. If we want to do the Cow King combo, that is the real debate. Should we do the Cow King combo or not? I kind of think not, because I have Hawkmail right now. And we can get Rhyme and stuff, so I'm going to lean away from it, but that's okay.
Good day.
To Nightmare we go. And yeah, everything there is just kind of all right. We'll go more strength. We want to get up to 44. Trash all that. And yeah, so before we go, let's close out normal. How did we end up? We ended up level 34, almost 35 here. Pretty solid. Enough strength for gear. Everything else vitality. No weapon because we're playing Holy Fire, so we just need speed at the moment, but we will swap into that. We have a Frost Nova helm. Just helpful to have, but we will of course want to get a better helm too. all resistances on this. Gem Targe, just to have some general resistance right now. We have a Stealth, though again we'll be swapping this over to the Hawkmail soon. MF Gloves, we also have Venom Grips for some poison damage, Lifesteal, Crushing Blow that we'll swap into probably later. Half Restoration and Attack Rating, nothing on a belt. 29 Light Res here, and some Treads, and then a couple just random little charms, nothing too great over here. So that's it. Really nothing too impressive. Character is just max Holy Fire, 1111, and then starting to max resist fire. It's kind of all you need for normal. So GG, don't forget to like and subscribe, YouTube. Peace. I'll see you guys in the next one. All right.
Good day.
Yeah.
Good day.
Good day. Okay, let's do Nightmare. Hour and a half to 2 hours. To get through it all, yeah. What's up, YouTube? Miss Llama here, and today we're going to begin part Nightmare of the hardcore Zealot guided playthrough. Right now we're still in Holy Fire, but we'll be shifting over into the fanaticism physical style of this character pretty soon. So, let's take a look at the character. Right now, enough for gear, everything else into vitality for stats. Max Holy Fire, 1111. Remember, extra points in Zeal is more time that you're stuck swinging, and I don't really want to be stuck swinging at the moment. And the rest into resist fire. So we can take a look at that a little bit later, but when we go to fanaticism, we will probably commit more into Zeal. Our gear is pretty sad, but we're Holy Fire. That's okay. We just got through normal. We're going to start really pumping our gear up here in Nightmare. So this is kind of where we're at the moment with some of these pieces. So definitely a lot of room for improvement across all of those right there. Really, the treads are the only thing that's probably staying the same, and maybe this ring. And then a couple random charms. So level 34, we spent a little bit of time leveling up in Act 5 Nightmare. It's good to do. Now, one of the difficulties is we don't have a great hit chance, and we're going to need to fix that. So getting some attack rating will be something that we'll want to look for. And again, also just picking up some extra levels. If you want to do a little more farming in part normal, you can. But I feel like 34, almost 35 is an okay spot to move forward.
It's locked.
Now, like we talked about before, the biggest thing that I'm going to be looking for as I'm kind of playing through here is I want to look for some nice bases. A Naga base, a Knout base. If I can get a good base, I'll be a pretty happy camper. Pulse kill those guys. Thanks, BWOW. And look around. There's our level up as well. Beautiful.
Is done.
Okay. Nice and simple. More skills, more resist fire, and we'll continue with some strength because I need a little bit more strength. Now again, one of the nice things is we still have a really good pulse damage from our holy fire. So having that extra leveling up does a lot. So we can actually kill a lot of stuff by just existing. And there's a crown. I want to find 3 sockets if I can. Oh, just 1 socket. And we're also, of course, again, looking for a really nice, like, paladin base shield. There's a white crown that will get 3 open sockets. So, that's good to have in our back pocket. Hardest build to take through the game. I mean, there's many in various forms. Hard to give an exact answer, I feel like. Yeah, punch barb was hard, but is that like a real build? I think that's one of the things is you can always make up a bad, terrible build that's not a real build, quote unquote. Crown shield with only 8 all res. A little bit sad. Okay. If we wanted to farm Rakinishu, that's someone that we could consider. Go players 8. Chance for Frost Nova when struck is pretty nice. There's nothing else on this belt though, which kind of sucks. If that had like some res or something, I would go up for it.
Good day.
So we're on players 8, which means we do have to be a little bit more careful. Can look around the shrines, see what there are. But maybe we can... Oh boy. We'll just let it pulse a little. Yeah. Mercenary's gonna die. That's fine. We'll just pulse down some Rakinishu spawns. Nice.
Could dispel the mystery of these stones.
So, just some more easy leveling,
Good day.
if so desired. And again, it's just kind of unfortunate that we don't have anything super good here with like a weapon or something. Just hard to hit at the moment and stuff, so we can try, but 30% chance to hit. I'm just gonna let my fire damage burn them down. We can grab these guys and bring them over. So it's a little bit funny, you know, how we're running it. Now I'm also playing on... I'll swap to Fanaticism soon. We just don't have a weapon. There's a blue Tarj. Easy. Okay. We'll go here. We'll come back. We'll go back to players 1. And again, farm as much or as little as you want in all of these scenarios. Kinda can be up to you. A little bit of a scary boss there. We'll go ahead and grab our mercenary again.
Moo.
He's gonna help us out here. Come on, bases. That is our big focus right now. It's just getting a weapon base. Until we can get a weapon base, we're kind of in trouble. Thank you, Zealot, with the Prime sub. Very kind of you. I mean, the plan is try and get a weapon base, you know? Right now, we just don't have one at all. And we need the runes as well, so we're going to go Black Marsh here. And we will do some tower farming. And tower farming will be great, of course, for finding some runes. Potentially some bases. But the big thing is there is a decent amount of experience that you just naturally will pick up as you're farming the tower. And that will be helpful to just have. But until then, we'll continue to enjoy our procs here. If you were running physical this entire way through, you were playing Mightor and stuff along with it, then yeah, you would have had to have upgraded your weapon earlier. Or you'd be running, you know, Malice, Black, something like that, which would have at least a little bit better than what we have. But you just don't really have a lot here in terms of weapons. That's okay. Torchlight Infinite, I think, is like a simplified version of Path of Exile. I think it can be a fun playthrough. And just like, you can just jam around on it. If you like PoE, I think you'll like the game. If you don't like PoE, I don't think you'll like it that much. Progressing your tunes from normal to nightmare really just depends on like what tunes you have. Also, there are racks in here, so we can take a look. Ooh, I like that we have a twin axe right there. That's actually really nice. We talked about that before. A twin axe could be a possible base. So if we can get some white twin axes, we rolled rare there, but if we could get some white ones, that would be really nice. Let's go, Raggets. Black still has the knockback, so it's still annoying in that regard. Which is another reason that I don't like using it as a general weapon.
Good day.
Okay, let's see. So we have 2 to charge there. Honestly, just a lot more damage as well. A little bit slower though. Money, and... Okay. So, Rao, or not amazing, but it's okay. Just collecting runes right now. Said Amel Ithtir Soul would be our main desired one. And you can also look around for like, hey, that's a nice belt. 27 light res. You can shop gloves here. You can shop boots, all sorts of stuff. MF will affect getting bases. However, I also don't mind finding things that are like, okay, mask will get 3 sockets. I also don't mind finding things that are, you know, magic and things like that as well. So rares, uniques. So having some MF is fine. Okay. And we're just charging through. Looking for Amel Ithtir Soul. Looking for some bases. Killing a couple dudes. Darn, that's probably going to change that rack. Warhammer. Ooh. More resist fire. Drag our mercenary away. Got an archer pack right there. Definitely be careful with archers. They've got quite high damage. So we did get these guys kind of out of there. Fire Enchanted is pretty annoying as well. This is a really annoying Countess group. Come on. There we go. Talrune. Make sure you're on players 1, by the way, when you kill here. Insight would also be nice. Raltier Tal Soul. All resistance is 13 with some damage reduction. I like that a lot.
Good day.
10 to life. It's not quite enough. Okay. Nice vessel.
Yes.
It's a tier rune. Holy Fire good all the way through Nightmare? Not all the way through. It falls off in Act 4. So we could keep it all the way through Act 3 if we wanted. I want to get over to the physical point at some point before that. But honestly, I can just run through like the entire Flare jungle like this and be crushing. Okay, so that's actually very interesting. We just dropped a white partisan from Tower Cellar level 2. So I'm going to do something right here for you. Thanks, Teo. A partisan gets 3, 4, or 5 sockets. So if it's eye level 26 to 40, it will get 4 sockets. So we can go Tower Cellar level 2, Diablo 2. We can look at the Tower Cellar. And I don't know why that showed it like that. The Tower Cellar level 2 in level 1 is 38, level 2 is 39, which means it is within the range. That was not from a unique or champion, that was just a regular fallen. So this partisan will get 4 sockets maximum, or 4 sockets if we socket quest it. So we can either try and roll it with a Ral Amp Amethyst, in which case it will have a 50% chance of rolling 4 sockets, or we can socket quest it for a guaranteed 4 sockets, and that would be for our mercenary to make an insight. So a couple of options there. Look, man, as long as he doesn't get hurt and they all stay healthy. It's a simple request. Pulse him down. Ooh. Didn't like that damage hitting twice.
Moo.
that is binary. He's already hurt? But how hurt is he already hurt, you know? Another simple Tal rune. Unfortunate. Yeah, just can't run away. That's 2 socket, I guess. Suud Sahib, thank you. On a bone shield. Extra gold, mana stolen, trash, trash, trash. Not enough damage there. Shield. So just moving through.
It's locked.
Just getting down, picking up our runes. Angelic Ring, get me the Ring Ammy combo. That'd be really nice.
I can't carry it.
Okay, we got a Superior Aaron Shield. Ah, what are these rolls? Terrible rolls. Druid was nice. Not great chance to hit. I do not have much attack rating. AFKville to love it.
The Order welcomes you.
Just Cathans. Rip. These drops have been pretty bad. That's our 3rd time getting a single Tal rune in a row. That's pretty unfortunate. No, I'm on players 1. Just sometimes that's the way she crumbles, man. So we're just gonna get to spend some time in here. Looking for Amel Ith Tier Soul. I also wouldn't mind Shale Io Soul, which gets us a Bulwark Helm. Multiple Ios would be nice. We could make multiple Bulwarks, one for us, one for the Mercenary. We could get... there's another Partisan on level 3, which also should be within the range. Level 4 and 5 are not in the range, though. I think level 3 is 40. Which is still fine. Shale Towel? Well, we had to get our Towel rune, but at least we got a Shale this time. 38 is level 1. Either way, we have a couple of partisans now, so we can try rolling those. So we'll definitely be keeping Ral-Am Amethyst and try and pick up multiple Am runes if possible. Keep up the Pulse. Keep up the Vita. Yeah, ignore target defense would be so nice right now. But this is all fine. I mean, this is a slower character. Right? Melee characters are slower characters, and this one especially, we have to go get some gear here. And because we didn't spend time getting anything early in that slot, now we're getting slightly punished, having to spend the time to get the base we want. Good enough. And we're finding bases, just partisan ones instead of like our Nauts or anything, so. Why play this build? I mean, it's still fun, just different kind of fun. Not every build has to be the fastest build to be a fun build, you know. Hell Rune, it's actually not a bad find. 3 Hells and a Chip Diamond make an IO, so we have it in that capacity. We also, of course, have it in desocketing and maybe in some other ways. Darn. Can't get that twin axe repeat. There's a white Demonite Sash if we wanted to imbue that. I could see that being an okay imbue. Am tier strength, but also does give us the Am rune. So we are starting to get some of those pieces, which is really nice. Hey, lower resist charges. Not really for us. 13 to life, small charm, we do like a lot. We'll just keep it here for now.
Good day.
Hello.
We're just aura farming, as the Zoomers will put it. That's right. My preferred weapon base is Naga or Honor in Honor Naga or Honor what do we call it? Nout. But I'm definitely looking just at white bases that drop or socketed bases, and we can make some decisions as we find them and figure out what we want to do. You know what we could also do? There's Dalrun. We could find... This is maybe a little crazy. We could get a... I mean, this is very crazy. We could get a partisan or something down on like a lower level and make a 5-socket honor partisan and use it ourselves and be a 2-handed zealot. That'd be pretty wild. And not the smartest in hardcore. Running no shield. Pally shields are just so good. There's so much res there. Don't tease us like that. I know, I'm sorry. It would be really cool though. Doll. Again, every extra Amrune is like really nice here actually because I want to be rolling these with Ral Am the Amethyst, so
The Order welcomes you.
Crescent Moon would be so ideal here. Oh my gosh, Breadman taking forever to make a pick. What about keeping jewels for crafting? Meh. Make some blood gloves. Blood gloves would be okay. I have venom grips already, so I already have some crushing blow. Now, obviously, with the blood gloves, you can hit a little bit nicer, a little more crushing blow and some other things. So, it's a possibility, but we'll find plenty of jewels. I don't need that many jewels for crafting. Another level up, more resist fire, more vitality. Worth to swap to Holy Shock if we go Crescent Moon. With the minus enemy light res, that could definitely be worth it. However, Fanaticism is also really good with that. But yeah, that minus light res is pretty solid. We still need a soul rune here, so no biggie yet.
Let me get this straight, you agree that the shared stash, Rune Tab, and Gem Tab is one of the best modern inventions for the game, right?
Yeah.
And you go out of your way to reset said stash features between each of these hardcore runs, right?
Right.
And yet you make Moo use the normal tabs for her runs? You don't give her her own shared pages?
Right.
Jerk.
Okay. Okay, that was actually good. We got the L and the soul. I actually want multiple souls. Because, right, we can go Am, L, Ith, tier, soul, and then Ral, tier, Tal, soul. So we're actually one soul off from both myself and my mercenary being able to get our weapons. And then, of course, I still need the base for my weapon. Your soul is mine.
It's locked.
Am I Italian? I am El Italiano, as they say in Italy. We just gotta kind of see what drops for us. We're just kind of base hunting. And again, I'm pretty okay with also just finding more runes. Because there's also, of course, like I talked about before, Bulwark for Shale Io Soul, which is really nice. And 2 of those would even be good. So still more room of, you know, stuff we could find there. There's Lore Helm with Ort Soul. Ooh, Twin Axe. Let's go. All right. The game has decided our base. The game hath decided how we're going to play. So that's really how you go about figuring out what you're going to play with. You just see what the game gives you. So we still need another soul rune. Shell Hell L. Not terrible. All these, I guess I need some more AMs. It's our weapon base, so we'll put that away.
Greetings.
Data clock getting delayed today. No, we're just gonna have to do it when we do it. And Moogirl needed to go to have some time today, so she went and had some time, and then I watched the kiddos. Being a mom's 24/7, you know. Man, we just are not finding good shields, though. Takes a lot of screen, yeah. Just holy fire. Sure, we'll eat pork or beef. And we'll see if we can end up finding a nice 4-socket base, so we don't have to roll into this, but see what happens. And of course, still looking for a good paladin shield. So I can just make like a big Ancient's Pledge. Soul Rune? Nope, back to the Towels only. Yeah, we'll play some New Ladder. Back to the single Towel, one of my favorites.
I can't carry anymore.
If we can get Kinnamil's Owl. Not rhyme for Can't Be Frozen. Well, I have a Hawkmail, so I don't need the rhyme. However, if I do find a good base, like 2-socket shield base, then I will make that, right? It's like, you're just going to make what you need. And that's kind of the fun of these playthroughs, is it changes every time. So here, I can afford to go make an Ancient's Pledge, or a Spirit if I wanted, whatever. Get 3 sockets in that crown.
I can't carry anymore.
Nope. More resist fire. More vitality. We're level 40. And leveling up here is always fine, so no concern for me to go level up. Nothing there. We're just missing another soul rune so our mercenary can have his insight. That'll be a nice combo. But again, picking up some things like that is always totally fine. Mostly just down here looking for a gem shrine, but we'll smack some dudes and find enough. Oh, I don't know the exact level you need there.
Moo.
Moo. GG, TK's on, thank you. Let's go, Blaze. Belt. That's a battle sword. Soul Thul. Very nice. Okay. So that gets us our next soul rune. So now we can make both the things we want.
Good day.
So the first thing that we're gonna do is go forward and grab the waypoint. Just because it's always good to make sure, because otherwise you end up back in the Black Marsh and you don't know where you are. Ally shield dropped. Oh. Pulse leveling is so nice. I'm going to be sad that we shift out of it. I won't lie. Okay, so we've got that. Now let's go back to normal. Let us take the twin axe that we found. Bring it over here. Add sockets. 5 socket max. So we'll get 5 sockets. Am, L, Ith, Tier, Soul. And we make a beautiful honor. Lovely to see. Okay. And we also have Partisan. Now, we only have 1 flawless amethyst. So if we want, we can of course go do like some cows and things. Or we can look around for shrines. And just see if we can come across a gem shrine. And the best place to go looking is the stony field. So let's find the waypoint out here. I thought I had the waypoint. Maybe that was Nightmare. That was Nightmare, that's right. And you can do this in Nightmare or Normal or Hell, whatever, it doesn't matter. And there's the waypoint. We only have 1 shrine here, but it's pretty fine. Go to Stony Field. And just go in. Something on my mic. So you essentially have about a 5% chance, I believe, to get a gem shrine here. It's annoying. And it just is the way that it is. Stonyfield's just going to be your best bet. You can also, of course, like I said, look at Darkwood, look a little bit at like Black Marsh. But these are just your best gem shrine areas. I did not take the amethyst yet, so I just want to take this, make sure I have no other gems in my inventory. They did some changes to Holy Fire a while ago. So, no, they're just like farming, chill time. See what we come up against here. Darn monster shrine. I mean, it's hard, Rens. The setup is so hard. Like, there is time save there, but also there's a lot of luck that happened there, and it's... That's a tough one. Oi, oi, oi. Oh, unlucky here. But I really want this because getting this upgrade... If we can roll 4 sockets. Again, we're not guaranteed here. Cows would be faster. I mean, it's kind of a looking back cows would be faster sort of thing. Thanks, friends. That's all. A lot of load time on your Switch. Yeah, I mean, if you're on a Switch or something, it might actually be better to not farm the gem shrine. And just go kill, like, the cows. Try and get some from there. Oh my gosh, we're getting every other shrine. Whenever we're seeing the like monster shrine, portal shrine, exploding shrine, like all those ones, those are all ones that could have rolled gem. Like it rolled in the category of it and just didn't hit the gem. It's okay. This ruby was picked up later, so it won't. The amethyst would still be the one that we would get. Any day now. I mean, I've played a punch barbarian before, so it's kind of hard to get worse than that. Oh my god. This is a very unlucky streak. Move on? Yeah, maybe we just move on. Ooh. Cows terrorized. Well, hold on now. Terrorized cows is interesting.
Hello.
Yes, so terrorized cows will be level 42 because we are level 40. That's going to increase their difficulty. Let our mercenary die. That's all fine.
I can't carry it.
I mean, here I'd love a flawless amethyst. I'll take a regular amethyst as well. Just more amethyst would be good. Get some runes. Get some bases. Get a nice pally shield. That'd be pretty ideal.
Moo.
Thanks, Jeezy. Welcome to Llamas of the Round. Nah, you can kill Cow King now. It's encouraged. It's got nice drops. Another amethyst. Perfect.
I am
Love to see that. I'll need 85 strength. I'm going to respec for the new axe, because I'm going to respec my entire build, so it's not too big of a deal.
I need a key. It's locked.
Let's find more amethyst. Oh, that'd be awful, dude.
I can't carry anymore.
Sure. Resist fire. See what the Cow King's got for us. Jagged Star. Okay. It's actually a nice base. It's actually a decent weapon the king had there for us.
Hello.
Yeah, it's Alders. Okay, 3 to mana, 5 to mana, defense, 10 FCR, bonus AR. So it's really nice because it's got 40 to 60 added damage, which is just super sweet. It also has 3 open sockets. So now I spent all this time making an honor, and I might just use Elder's Rhythm. Because if you compare them damage-wise, they're about the same damage. This has 250 attack rating. So the attack rating is nice here. It also has 1 all skills and 25 deadly strikes. So a little bit stronger there. But this has 3 open sockets. So we can jam shales in there. I could put some hells if I want to lower requirements. I could also just put soul runes in there or ith runes just to increase damage straight up. Put an am rune if I want even more lifesteal. I don't want that. Minus target defense could actually be really interesting. Ooh, that could be really nice. Maybe I go like eth. Something like that. That's tough. Thanks, Rand. You too.
Greetings.
Yeah, I'm gonna have fanaticism. So what we'll do is we'll take a look at the IAS calc after this. We're just gonna try and get ourselves fully prepped up and ready to move forward. Ring mail. Mercenary can use that for a little bit. It's nice. 10 all res with some maxes. Anti-cower is doing work. That it is. Man, I can't believe that. Well, that's how it goes sometimes. Yeah, I wouldn't have used my socket quest. Maybe I shouldn't have. I should have waited, and so then I could have made socket quested the partisan instead.
I need a key.
Unfortunate, but it's okay. Take another L rune. it's a really nice weapon. Nah, you can't get skillers yet. There's another amethyst, so 3 amethyst equals 1 flawless. So that gives us another, so we could go for 2 gem shrines if we need now. Which I know is a little annoying, a little slow sometimes. We've been pretty unlucky with rolling them. Might be good to re-roll the map until we get multiple shrines next to the waypoint.
I need a key.
Move.
Why not players 3? Going for fast P1 speed.
Great aim.
Inner sight, Nova, strength. 14 all res, but I kind of like the damage reduced by 4 a little more. We'll go like that. Get a 10 max GC here. That'd be really nice. Fire Shrine. There we go. So we can go back. We can pick up the Flawless Amethyst. We also have another for another one if we need. And there's that. And let's give it a shot. Ral. Am. Unfortunate. 50-50 chance. Let's try again. We got another one. You can't fail 2 50-50 rolls in a row because that would be 100 out of 100, which means you're guaranteed to get it. Now, if our mercenary can't get insight, that's okay. I use my Larzik on an honor that I don't think I'm going to use. Which is kind of funny, but we'll see. We can also mess around and see what we have going. But yeah, if this doesn't work, this fails, and we just don't get it here, that's fine. We'll just move forward. We can always just find another base. A white bill is a guaranteed 4 open sockets from Larzik, and we can go ahead and snag that. We could also use a Barb Merc if we wanted. Barb Mercenaries are solid, though. I do kind of want to get a Holy Freeze Mercenary just for safety. Might would also be interesting, and Blessed Aim is still, of course, interesting. Kind of 3 interesting ones. But The Barb Mercenary is also decent and has Battle Cry, which is very good. So, and helpful. Blessed Aim solves the current biggest issue. Now, we will have some more attack rating in the future here. Yeah, but my honor's in an axe, and you can't give an axe. There we go. There's number 2. Ral, Am, P Amethyst. And voila! Sometimes... I mean, I told you guys... Ral, Tier, Tal, Sol. It was guaranteed. 242 ED, only 1 crit strike, 218 bonus AR, 12 medi. Not amazing, but it's okay.
I can't use that yet. I'll put that to good use.
And he needs a little bit more strength. He needs to level up one more time, which we can actually just go force right here.
There.
Let's go ahead and hire Wahid.
I'll put that to good use. I'll put that to good use.
Paler was nice, but Insight is just a lot nicer. Okay. And we'll head over here to Nightmare, and let's go ahead and make our shift over now. So before we do anything too crazy, we're going to go into Fanaticism, of course. And every boost in Fanaticism is just more damage, more attack speed, more attack rating, blah, blah, blah. So we're going to max out Fanaticism. We have it at level 13 right now. We'll keep that in mind. We'll keep our 1 point in charge. And we'll get our point down in Zeal. And nothing in the defensive tree right now. You can run 1 point salvation if you feel like you really need resistances. That can be a nice piece to have. Otherwise, we're just going to be a Zealot who also wants to do that. So we'll max out Zeal. Okay, get a 200% attack rating, damage 108. Sacrifice does add more damage per level, which can be really nice. However, I think I want to go into Holy Shield, just because we are going to be wanting to be a little bit safer here. And more points in Holy Shield is more successful block percent. So I actually feel pretty happy to put, I'm just going to put 5 points there. That feels like a solid amount. We'll get 5 points, gets us 6 successful blocking, 25% whatever, and a nice duration on it, which is always good. So then I can get up, put that up, put that there. Now I can see how much dex I need for blocking. And we can get some dex and get our blocking up to like 50%. We could go higher as well if we want there. I'm also over here. I need 74 or 85. Either way, we need some strength. So let's get it so we can wear our gear. And now let's take a look. So this is where we go to this IS calc. Right. So over on Icy Veins, you can just type IS calc, Icy Veins. We'll go Paladin. We're using Zeal. IAS table. Our primary weapon we can change in a second. We have a level 13 Fanaticism right now. And our primary weapon is either going to be a Twin Axe or a Jagged Star. So let's look at the Twin Axe first. So with the Twin Axe, it is going to be a little bit slower. You can see we have the 6, the 5, and the 4. Just know that like 6 plus 10 and 6 plus 11 is like a little bit faster. So right here, Honor has no attack speed, right? So we don't actually get any attack speed right here, so we will be hitting a little bit slower if we're using that. 6 plus 12. However, if we go to the Jagged Star, Jagged is also similar, but we're going to start with 30 IAS because of that. Now, I can easily shop some 20 IAS gloves, so know that I can always get up to 50 IAS, or I could go shop up to 20 to go to 6 plus 10. But right now we're at 5 plus 10. I could go to 5 plus 9 right there. So this already is going to be a little bit better. We'll also, of course, be increasing our fanaticism. And so we'll actually be pretty close to going up another frame. But if we get level 20 fanaticism, that will actually make the Jagged Star the exact same as the Honor. Now, if I want to go even faster, I could put Shale Runes in here. And we could go up to... Let's see. Hold up, we've got how many Shale Runes? 2 Shale Runes. So that could be 40 more IAS added, get us to 70, which gets us to 5 plus 8. And then we could do here. I think it might be worth just adding 1 Shale Rune. Right? That'll get us to the 5 plus 9. Or we can just go shop some IAS gloves, which may be even easier. But we could do both of those and get to the 5 plus 8 as well. And then the 4 plus 8 is pretty close. So this is a frames per attack. So I'm going to say let's go... The 1 all skills is nice. It does give us 1 more point in fanaticism. And 1 more point in Holy Shield. And 1 more point in Zeal. So it is okay. The Deadly Strike definitely does bring the damage on this a little bit better. But I just don't have IAS at all. The 250 AR is also really nice. Whereas this is not adding any attack rating. So maybe we go like Eth Shale? I think that's not a bad idea. Let's go Shale, Eth. Minus 50% target defense. And then also get to 50 IAS. And that's 74 required. See where I'm getting 2 strength from. 1 from there. And 1 from there. We'll go ahead and put those on. 50% block. And I'll put the rest into Vitality. And I think that's pretty good. Gives us 1846 AR, which isn't shabby at all. 50% block chance. Really nice damage.
Even the light cannot pierce this gloom.
So we can go test it out. Pretty good. And I like that swing speed. So, you know, the Honor would honestly be very similar to what we have right here. So it's not like end of the world that, you know, if you didn't find this weapon. You're still going to be very similar. And there's definitely still the idea of just shopping and finding some 20 IAS gloves, as that will help us as we improve our fanaticism more in the future. Zealot is melee, yes. We also have pretty good res, and we still have a lot we can do with resistances. can see right there, our res are pretty like... Ooh, hello. Pretty meh right now. A lot of fire res missing and stuff, so that's something that we'll deal with in the future. So we're just going to keep our eyes peeled for a nice paladin shield.
This is no place for a warrior to die.
The honor's just kind of a dead item now. But it's okay.
I am overburdened.
And we're just kind of cruising along. If we want to increase player counts, we can. We definitely do like a decent amount of damage, so... But also do be careful still. Make sure you're getting your holy shield off. So you're continuing to pump that. Thanks, goat. And always watch out for things like fanaticism. Or for me, because I don't have a ton of resistances right now, my cold and fire are a little low. I have to watch out a little bit for that. This is hardcore, yes. Yeah, I mean, minus 50% defense is really, really nice. Idea drained.
I can't carry it.
I'll look into it. Hustle's great. However, I would probably want to make Hustle armor. That just seems better, you know? Because Hustle gives +1 fanaticism, and I already have fanaticism aura, so it's kind of worthless for me to like pick up. So I'd rather have it in the armor, get all the IAS, fast run walk there, rather than kind of waste it here.
I am overburdened.
Okay, level 2, if you wish to do some farming, you can.
I am overburdened.
Just grab the waypoint here. And Nightmare Andy can be a decent farm. There's definitely plenty of items, such as this Alder's Rhythm, that you might get here. Oh yeah, this is really nice though. Let's see if we have a quickie. Nope, that's okay. But also plenty of other items from Helendario that we could like. that up.
Impossible.
Okay, and then we'll just be players 1. And head over here for the Countess. If you want a farmer on players 3, you can. Would black be good for leveling a Zealot? Black is definitely decent. It's got okay ED, a little bit of IAS. The Crushing Blow is really nice for just like fighting against Zendariel and stuff. So that's where it really would shine. But it's still like strong enough that it's okay to use as your main weapon. Put it in like a knout or something, and it's good. And voila, easy as that. Congratulations. Yeah, knockback is annoying though, which is why I like it for the bosses. So you have to kind of like pin mobs a little more and stuff, but it's okay. Act 1 of Nightmare is done. Nothing there, nothing there. Go put some of that away. Can always just shop for some gloves, belts, boots right there, and or over here at Elzix. This is actually one of my favorite spots to just shop. Just go back and forth and like 31 light res right there, you know. So we have 30 fast run walk on boots, but we could find boots that also have some nice resistances with faster run walk. We could find some IAS gloves. All sorts of goodies.
Welcome to the desert rain.
27 cold res.
Hello.
All sorts of nice stuff.
Good day.
30 fire res, 26 MF if you want to do some of that farming. Right? Can keep those, mix that with that. Stack up some easy resistances. 6 dexterity, 20 fire res. That's pretty nice.
Hi there.
17 light res with 8 dexterity. I don't need the light res as much, so I'll leave that.
Good day.
Just all sorts of goodies. So I like farming there a little bit. We have imbue quests available to us. Can put some things away. And yeah. Ooh, 5 min with 39 AR. Put that on temporarily. Ooh, maybe not. I guess we want that light res. Meh. Let's put them front here. Okay. Let's grab an Act 2 mercenary here. And here's where we can actually shift out and swap over if we want into a Might Aura or Holy Freeze. I kind of want to try Might Aura because I mean Holy Freeze is definitely safer, but Might Aura is nice because we're hitting pretty well, and this would just pump us up even more, give us a lot of damage. Let's grab the safety option
I'll put that to
for now.
I'll put that to good use.
It's all good. Okay. Well, it is data clock, so we will pause right here and then continue this tomorrow. GG, everybody. Yeah, it's just a visual bug. It'll go in when you save quit. Thank you all for being here. It's the end of the Scott Carney show today. I know it's a little bit shorter than usual, but fear not. Mwah! We're back tomorrow with some more. Thank you all for watching. GG. Peace. Have a good one, you guys, and I'll see you then.